Kavosiey Smoke was born in Wetumpka, Alabama, the city of natural beauty. Wetumpka is 11 square miles and has a total population of 8,243. Kavosiey graduated Wetumpka High School in 2018. He was a two-sport athlete, playing both basketball and football.
Here we are in Alabama, Wetumpka High School. Head football coach Tim Perry. Coach, you have one of the top 2018 prospects in this state, and Kavosiey Smoke, a running back. Give us a breakdown of what you have in him.
First of all, Kavosiey Smoke is just an outstanding young man. High character, great student, approaches his academics as serious as he approaches his athletics. Very dependable, trustworthy, high-quality young man, and he's the type of young man every coach wants to have in his program and have an opportunity to coach. Then on the football field, he's a young man that can do a lot of things for us. He's one we'd like to clone because he can play quarterback, he can play receiver, he can play linebacker. In fact, his freshman year, after their freshman season was concluded, we moved him up on the varsity, and in the first round playoff game, he played about the entire second half as our strong side outside linebacker. After the game, on the following week, on Monday, I had a college coach call and ask me about him. That coach was so impressed with the way he ran on the field and moved, and just his athleticism. The college coach thought he might be a junior or senior. So he's a young man that's very talented, yet he's very humble, very quiet. A young man, he doesn't draw a lot of attention to himself. Well liked by his teachers. I already mentioned about he's a conscientious student, great school attendance. He doesn't miss. Works hard at his grades. Just a quality young man that is a pleasure to coach.
Yeah, you talk about him being so versatile. We had to play, quarterback, running back, receiver, linebacker. You do a little bit of everything on the high school level. In college, likely full-time running back. What do you see there with the ball in his hands?
Very explosive and also great vision. Can jump cut. Run. He can run with power behind his pads, but he can also use his speed. A very intelligent young man, reads cutback lanes well, reads coverage well, is able to also a great receiver. So he brings with his abilities to the college level the ability to catch the ball in the backfield on check down screens, or even line him up as a receiver in an empty set or whatever. And he's a very good route runner, and he goes after the ball. When the ball's in the air, he attacks it like a wide receiver, goes up and gets it. And so. I challenged him after his sophomore year to improve in his blocking ability, and he responded in a very positive way. In fact, in one particular game this year, he had 4 knockdowns, knocked the defender completely to his back, and one, the young man couldn't return to the game, sustained a concussion. And that's not what you want to see, but that just tells you the power that he has, not just as a runner, but as a blocker.
Okay, great insight. Thanks for your time, Coach.
In high school, Kavosiey Smoke was a 3-star recruit by all major recruiting services. He was ranked the 29th best running back in the nation by Rivals. A 4-year starter, he was selected to play in the 31st annual Alabama-Mississippi Football All-Star Classic. Kavosiey helped Wetumpka advance to the 6A Alabama State championship game for the first time in the school's 115-year history. He finished his senior season with 1,508 rushing yards and 28 touchdowns. He earned Class 6A second team All-State honors by the Alabama Sports Writers Association. Kavosiey chose the University of Kentucky over offers from South Carolina, Auburn, North Carolina, Georgia Tech, Missouri, Florida, and Virginia Tech. Kavosiey was also a 4-year starter as a small forward, power forward on the basketball team.
My baby about to leave, y'all. I'm crying. It's done started. Yep, I ain't think I would go. I thought I was gonna be all right, but I'm not. I'm not all right.
before I leave.
Oh, I love you. You take care of yourself. Don't you be no party animal. You take care of yourself and do your work and keep your Bible. Read something every day. Read your Bible. Don't you take your eyes off God, because the devil, he on attack. Don't you take your eyes off it, because I'm sure not. Don't take your eyes off it. Don't take your eyes off God, I'm telling you now. Don't do it. And y'all drive safe and be good.
Stop crying. No reason to cry. Down.
Y'all be safe now. Drive safe. It's supposed to be raining today.
Come on.
Before we can put everything in bags.
Right, y'all.
Kavosiey Smoke arrived at the University of Kentucky on June 5th and started summer classes on June 7th. The premier running back at Kentucky, the season of Smoke's arrival, was Benny Snell Jr., who started 27 of 39 career games and broke or tied 14 school records. Snell Jr. was the first player in the school's history with 3 1,000-yard seasons. Benny Snell Jr. would forgo his senior season and declare for the 2019 NFL Draft, where he was selected in the 4th round, the 122nd pick by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I've seen a lot from Lil Smoke. He does a great job. He's a very quick learner. I've been trying to get into the film room with him a little bit better so he can get the plays and he can pick it up. I haven't really seen him running the ball a little bit more. He's starting to get the hang of things, but he's going to be a very vital player for the future.
Kavosiey was a guy that we loved. We loved the way he ran the football. You know, reminded us of a bit of Benny in that he gets very tough yards, very strong. He has a big backside, but he could still run. So he has some power and some strength. But we really like Kavosiey. I love what I'm seeing from him so far. He has a great attitude, great work ethic, great young man, and we're excited about him.
It's late in the season. Does anybody catch your eye this late in the season that hadn't?
No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe the backs. You know, you just don't know how things are going to happen. You know, we have a few games to go with the backs, so you never know. Both Chris and Kavosiey have impressed us. But it's hard, as you know. We got AJ that's not getting enough snaps, and Benny's been so durable. You know, so it's hard to get the quality snaps that they, you know, would need. But you don't know how that's going to go here down the street.
Dublin Kaufman High School, which has produced quite a few great quarterbacks, including Brady Quinn.
What D. Smith is putting together some second half here. He's a senior out of Florence, Alabama. He has not stopped playing. He was stated that way. A couple of nice tackles here late.
8 in the game, 73 on the year. Their leading tackler for Louisville.
You see that intensity in Eddie Grand's eyes, still going at it. Got the youngsters in, coaching them up now.
Chance to get some run for the second and third string in the Governor's Cup game. This is not the way it's gone in recent years for Kentucky, which has lost 6 of 7 to Louisville, including a 44-17 drubbing last year. And look, you knew coming into this game, with the way these seasons have gone, something like this was possible. You also knew it's a rivalry game. Maybe Louisville comes out with some extra fire. And outside of that long touchdown run by Cunningham, not much positive fire for the Cards.
It started with Benny Snell, and then Bowden got involved, and Terry Wilson played the best game, I think his best game of the season tonight at the right time. Benefit from some extra bowl practices.
4th and 2. There is Kavosiey Smoke leaving behind a trail inside the 5. He's in. 37 yards, and Kavosiey Smoke, the freshman, is on the board for Kentucky.
We'll look to see if he stretched out and got the pylon. Officials seem to think so. We'll review every play in college football, but how about this running through this tackle? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a heck of an effort.
That's the first action of Kavosiey Smoke's Kentucky career. He can keep the red shirt with the new rule this year. No danger of burning that on his first Kentucky drive. He runs it 4 for 45 and a score.
Kavosiey Smoke's freshman year was a redshirt season. Smoke played in 2 games, Louisville and Penn State. He finished his first collegiate football season with 4 carries for 45 yards and a touchdown. Smoke's first collegiate game was versus Louisville during the Governor's Cup, which is a trophy that is awarded to the winner of the annual college football game between Kentucky and their arch rival Louisville. It was a blowout win for Kentucky, 56-10. A new year. This one without Benny Snell Jr. Someone would become the featured back. Would it be the junior running back, A.J. Rose, or Kavosiey Smoke? Or perhaps Chris Rodriguez, who arrived at Kentucky in 2018, the same year as Smoke.
You had a good day, right? I hear you had a pretty good day.
It was all right.
All right.
It was okay.
Talk about your ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. Seemingly, that's the offensive call you guys to catch the ball out of the backfield. Talk about your where you are.
All of the backs, we've all been working on catching out of the backfield, and we're all getting pretty good. Coach is starting to throw us the ball a lot more. Yeah.
So obviously the offense has changed a lot from last year based on what you're doing now, the schemes. In terms, well, not necessarily the schemes, but what you're trying to get accomplished as far as in the passing game.
Yeah, it is, but it's all still the same concept. It's just giving each other back a lot more. If it's one read, second read's touch.
Is it tough not having a ton of depth at the running back position right now? Is it tough not having a lot of depth out there at the running back? Coach said that Kavosiey got dinged up and isn't going right now. I mean, are you getting a bunch of reps?
Yeah, I am, but it's all good. It's not no big deal.
Can this be a positive though? I mean, getting reps obviously can make you improve, right?
Yeah, it can. But Smoke's going to be back, and we'll be back to how we were.
Your style is as a power back. Is that correct?
Yes.
So you like to run over people.
That's the plan. It's like a one cut back. It's one cut and I'm out.
All right.
Is there a cooler name in football than Kavosiey Smoke?
No, it don't get cooler than that.
Do you have any, like, I mean, I'm guessing he doesn't have any nicknames or anything.
We just call him Smoke.
Just Smoke. I mean, yeah, because you can't get him.
The Goat Smoke.
The Goat Smoke? What?
Yeah.
I mean, is he that good already?
Hey, you see?
Oh, okay. So, I mean, are you guys, obviously you got AJ, a little bit of experience in your room, but you two are the younger guys. I mean, what is your guys' relationship? Are you hoping to be a tandem? Like, what going forward?
We're all pretty cool. We're all pretty close. We know that AJ's been here longer, so he's going to have that's a plus for him. But Coach knows that we can play.
How different are you all stylistically? You three guys.
So we all are different. He's fast, he's quick. Smoke, he's quick, one cut back, and I'm just like a power back.
So you feel like you really complement each other this well in the season, you think?
We do.
On July 18, 2019, during the SEC Media Day, Kentucky head coach Mark Stoops addressed the media and provided his opinion of Kavosiey Smoke.
Coach, Coach, can you talk about Kavosiey Smoke and your expectations for the young running back and what kind of a role you want him to step into this year?
Yeah, Kavosiey is a very impressive player. He had the ability to play with the new rule that we had the ability to play in some games last year, had some big plays, some big runs, but he's a very talented player. I think our team's excited to watch him play. You know, our coaches are, but he's difficult to tackle. You know, he's getting stronger, you know, very light on his feet, so he's an impressive player.
SEC Saturdays begin on a beautiful day in the Bluegrass as the Kentucky Wildcats battle the Toledo Rockets. It's SEC Network football presented by Allstate. That's the reigning SEC Coach of the Year, Mark Stoops, the only coach in America to match or exceed his win total from the previous season every year he's been here. He's expecting his quarterback, Terry Wilson, to make a big jump as a second-year starter. To the field in Alyssa Lang.
Guys, one of the biggest questions about this Kentucky offense this year is who will replace Benny Snell. A.J. Rose will take the majority of the carries this year, but he's got two guys coming up behind him who are pretty talented as well. Kavosiey Smoke and Chris Rodriguez, both redshirt freshmen, but both mature and ready to go. Kavosiey Smoke, besides having one of the best names in college football, lost quite a bit of weight this year, and offensive coordinator Eddie Grant says he's got the best hands on the offense.
He's got a great name. Rose is fourth down and a yard to go. Smoke in the Wildcat. First down, Kentucky. On their own side of the field, Stench. Mark Stoops rolls the dice in the first quarter.
That was their personality a year ago. But it was also a safer call, right? Because you knew what you had in your short yardage offense in Benny Snell. Keep in mind, you know, A.J. Rose, he's over there on the sidelines right now getting looked at after he limped off the field, and Smoke able to pick up some tough yards and maintain this possession.
Flag down in the Toledo secondary.
Snap infraction on the offense, number 52. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
There are the career ranks for Benny Snell, now with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he did that in 3 seasons.
Maybe the all-time leading rusher here in Kentucky.
Back to the action with 3:21 left in the first half. Kavosiey Smoke is back in the game for the Wildcats. We've seen A.J. Rose in the end zone, Chris Rodriguez, and now it's Smoke's turn. And he's not slowing down. Kavosiey past the 40, near the 45.
Nice hole to run through on that right side. You can see Kentucky a little bit more deliberate after an explosive play. But a great job by Kavosiey Smoke again. You see they got 3 receivers to the left side of the
handoff this time around the edge and near the goal line. Touchdown! It's Kavosiey Smoke for 40 yards.
Seen this play a time or two. Your right guard's going to pull around. You're going to get a lead block from your tight end. Smoke just ends up bouncing this thing out. And why not? Capture the edge that cleanly. Good job by Keaton Upshaw. He ends up just being an escort. Smoke taking it to the house, showing some of his speed. The heels of a fantastic catch by Lynn Bowden. Helping his quarterback, goes up, makes a 50-50 ball. Turn into 100% big play for the Wildcats.
Kavosiey up 2 touchdowns.
Your run there, the touchdown run, kind of broke things up. It looked like it kind of got the offense going. Did you feel like that was on its way, or did you come close a couple times? Or
I just felt like it was just my time to shine. So
once my teammates made the blocks for me, I made a way to make it to the end zone, and that's why I appreciate my teammates so much. And I celebrated with them afterwards. Like last year, I didn't do that, so I had to make sure I did that.
What did you see on that run?
I just seen one guy pulling and one block, and I took off from there. I seen green grass in the end zone, so nobody would stop me from getting to the end zone.
It's hard to get a rhythm when you have so many guys coming in and out all the time. Is it hard for you to get a rhythm as a running back when you have so many guys coming in and out all the time?
Not for real. You gotta be patient. Once you get your chance, you gotta show what you can do and use your ability to do whatever you can to get to the end zone. And that's what we did today.
The season opener was a win for Kentucky. The final score was 38-24. Redshirt freshman Kavosiey Smoke rushed for 78 yards on just 7 carries, which also included a 40-yard touchdown.
I think it's time to let go.
Tennessee and Kentucky. It's a game that has been played for well over a century. And the hate they feel toward each other is grown from how close they are to one another. They may share a border, but for a long time, these programs were worlds apart. Now they are closer than ever, closer than the line between love and hate. I mean, if it keeps working for Kentucky, it's going to be peanut butter jelly time. Smoke and Rodriguez are the tailbacks. Here's Kavosiey Smoke. He breaks free. Pass to Kavosiey. Touchdown, Kentucky from 22 yards out.
Reaches at the end here. That foot stays in.
Oh, yeah, that's a touchdown. How about the disparity in the 2 scoring drives? The first one, 17 plays, more than 10 minutes off the clock. That one, they need just 2. Kavosiey Smoke with his 5th touchdown run of the season. Tennessee's only run 3 offensive plays, and they trail by 2 touchdowns.
Football weather, just gorgeous on the Cumberland River. Perfect for a salute to service. Paratroopers flying into Vanderbilt Stadium for the Cats and the Doors on SEC Network. Wildcats are 4-5. Mark Stoops has had to overcome a lot of adversity to his personnel this season. Great shot, though, of getting back in a bowl game. Has to win 2 of his final 3 games. Now, the Vanderbilt Commodores have lost their last few, but the last time they played here in Nash Vegas, they shocked the Missouri Tigers on October 19th. It's a toss, 2-hander to Smoke. First down for Kavosiey, the redshirt freshman from Wetumpka, Alabama. Had a good game last week with 58 yards rushing and a 22-yard touchdown.
So earlier, we saw Lynn Bowden keep the football on that exact same play. This is what I'm talking about, where they run like a counter tray. You pull the backside guard and tackle, and Lynn Bowden reads that edge defender, and if he closes, he's going to pitch it wide to the running back, just as he did there.
Christopher Rodriguez, at his career high last week, joined Smoke in that backfield. And he fakes to him, gives to Smoke, running the triple option. Kavosiey keeps the ball inside the 30. And another flag comes in at the end of the play.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 71 offense, hit the player behind the play. That penalty is 15 yards from the succeeding spot. It is 1st and 10.
That's Logan Stenberg, the senior from Madison, Alabama.
Logan Stenberg, he's a good football player. He's also developed himself quite a reputation. And so opposing teams, they're going to tell these officials. They meet with the officials before the game. Look at him. And I got to tell you, look, this is a ridiculous flag. That's ridiculous that a flag came out. Logan Stenberg does a lot of stuff. But that was a clean block at the end of the play. And what led that flag to come out, I have to think, is the reputation. These refs are looking for 71, but that's a bad flag. That was a clean block on a live ball.
So instead, the Cats snap it from the 42. Here's a little toss ahead to Josh Ali, and Josh is inside the 35. Snapping this one from the 35 on a 2nd and 3 play. And this is Rodriguez, and Christopher is near the 25. They call him Little Benny. He runs very similarly to the way that Benny Snell did for 3 seasons.
He got the most touches he's had all season last week versus Tennessee. 12 carries, as you see there, 81 yards, 6.8 average. He's physical. His biggest issue early on this season was ball security. Eddie Grand, offensive coordinator, is also the running backs coach. Got in the doghouse early, has earned his way back into snaps.
This is now the 10th play of the drive as Kentucky down 11, marching on the doors on each of their 3 possessions. Handoff, it's Smoke inside the 5, and he'll be down to the 2. Matt Austin with 3. And Bowden is going to push in Smoke into the end zone. Touchdown. So after the turnover on the last drive where A.J. Rose coughed it up, Kentucky comes right back on an 11-play drive, and it's Kavosiey. That's not a liner, that's not a Bush push, right? That's a Bowden push.
Talk about riding the handoff. You see Lynn Bowden, and he didn't put it in Kavosiey Smoke's belly and pull out of there until at the very last minute. He turned into almost like one of those linemen that blast up in there on late pushes.
Kentucky comes back on offense, trailing 14-10, ground and pound. And this new offense that Eddie Gran has thrown at the Cats in the last month. Kavosiey Smoke won't get much there. 2nd down, Dimitri Moore there on the stop. Doesn't matter who carries the football for the Cats this year. They're doing something successful, each and every one of them, whether it's Smoke, Rodriguez, Rose, or of course Bowden.
And so far in this game, Bowden somewhat quiet, hasn't had to do most of the work. As you see A.J. Rose, Smoke, Rodriguez all contributing. Smoke with that touchdown on the previous possession.
And Smoke and Rodriguez behind him on this play. Pistol option look, faking it to the up back, taking it himself. 1st down, Kentucky to the 35-yard line. It's a 17-yard play. It's a 1st and 10 as Worship goes off the field after Bowden's run for 13 yards. And now it's Kavosiey Smoke into the Vandy side of the field. It'll be a 1st down for the Cats.
And here comes edge pressure. You see him showing it off the slot. Kentucky checks to the sideline.
Still plenty of time on the play clock as the Cats need to get to Vandy's 37. Send it to Smoke, diving ahead. Man, that looked like a Benny Snell run up to the 36.
You see Vanderbilt, and they're crashing the line of scrimmage. They did end up bringing that edge pressure, and Smoke narrowly missing a chance to break that run. If he is able to run through that arm tackle of Dimitri Moore, he might bang his head on the goalpost. There was nobody else home in the middle of the field.
279 rushing yards so far. What's been the key for your ground game?
The guys are playing extremely physical. I thought the backs made some exceptional runs. They made some people miss, and they made some tough runs as well. So proud of the way we're running the ball.
Kind of like a nondescript play.
Will count as a sack for Moore and for Tidd. That's just Vandy's 14th, and this is their 10th game. 3rd and 26, dump it off to Smoke. And Kavosiey, 1st down.
Unreal. Lynn Bowden he can't wipe the smile off his face. 3rd and 26. What a hole. Mason Wolf out in front. Logan Stenberg blocking downfield. Kavosiey Smoke breaking a couple of tackles. and converting. It just got to be so deflating if you're Vanderbilt.
Already off the Mui finally. Alyssa, what do you think with this John Rice Plumlee looking offense tonight?
You know, I think John Rice Plumlee's a baller. Have you guys seen him take off on the ground? I mean, he is up there when it comes to the conference in rushing.
How about Christopher Rodriguez taking off? Best career game for Rodriguez and a touchdown. He had 81 yards last week against Tennessee. He has 113 and 2 touchdowns today.
Well, we've seen a ton of different looks from Kentucky. That's just inside zone. That's a great job at left guard and center. Drake Jackson, Logan Stenberg getting movement inside, denting the defensive front. Rodriguez, as you mentioned, having...
I would say that's what you want. Christopher Rodriguez, the leading rusher. Bowden's run it 17 times at the quarterback spot. Kavosiey's got a touchdown. A.J. Rose had a couple of huge runs, but a fumble has sent him to the bench. Cats have a chance to have 3, maybe 4 100-yard rushers in the same game.
Look
at
A.J.
yards on the ground. That's not too bad.
Nah, it's never too bad. It's great for real. But it's just our offense. We run like that, and it showed tonight that we're a good team.
A little salty you couldn't get to 100. You can get him first, you're good.
What made that running game so strong today?
I mean, just confidence in your teammates and pushing to get to the end zone. Once I see the end zone, once my teammates see the end zone, we try to get to the end zone as fast as we can. So you just got to execute it.
Were you disappointed you were 5 yards short of 100?
Nah, I ain't.
One of my most exciting games I want to play in. Auburn, like 45 minutes away from my hometown. I just can't wait. And most of my family is close, so everybody's gonna be there. I know my whole family's gonna be watching, and they gotta put on the show. We gotta put on the show. Come out with the dub. That's the biggest, my main goal.
Yeah. And I guess, this is a time when you're probably, excited for a noon kickoff. I know nighttime games bring a whole different element. This year's obviously going to be a little bit different, but now I'm guessing you're wanting to get this game underway as soon as possible, and that'll happen with the noon kickoff.
Yeah, I don't care what time the game is.
Anxious.
Play.
Be anxious.
Sweet Auburn, loveliest village of the plain, where health and plenty cheered the laboring swain, where smiling spring its earliest visit paid, and parting summer's lingering blooms delayed. A delayed season, but it's here nonetheless. Great things come to those who wait. And the SEC Freshman of the Year, Bo Nix, getting back in the stadium today, along with the Auburn fans. Kentucky has a big blue chip on its shoulder. They're looking to prove the doubters wrong again. Welcome back, SEC football. So if you've forgotten, here's what Kentucky has been about. Mark Stoops has built a program. They came out fighting in the Belk Bowl, and they delivered the first and last punch against Virginia Tech behind Lynn Bowden, now off to the NFL, but one of the best rushing teams in all of college football last year. And Eddie Grant has his quarterback back. He finally has a quarterback room again. Terry, touchdown back to lead this Kentucky offense. Great to see him back in football.
Yeah, not enough credit is due to Eddie Grant and what he did last year with Lynn Bowden, a receiver playing quarterback. But finally, this potent ground attack is going to have some balance, and Terry Wilson is talented and he is confident. Expect some numbers today from number 3.
On the other side for Auburn, now a sophomore. Quarterback Bo Nix took the SEC by storm last year, but there is still room to improve.
Yeah, all he did as a true freshman in his first game is throw a game-winning touchdown over Oregon, who went on to be a conference champion, and it only got better from there. Look, there is improvements to be made in the passing game. I think Chad Morris, the new offensive coordinator, will help out with that, but Bo Nix has it. He's got swagger. He's got moxie. Call it what you want. He's got it in spades, and he's going to take a big step for Auburn this year.
Yeah, chance to show it early. Kentucky won the toss. They've deferred. Auburn will receive for more on this Auburn offense. Just go down to the field. Here's Coach Jordan long. It's 3rd and manageable.
4 receivers down to the bottom.
Smoke down the line, and Kavosiey Smoke inside the 5 and inside the pylon. A 35-yard touchdown run, and Kentucky's on the board early.
And this is just brilliant play design by Eddie Grant. There's actually 2 play calls for this. A pass short to the right or a run. Pass short to the left or a run to the right. Auburn linebackers bumped over to the 4 receiver side, left a gap over the right guard, and that's exactly where Smoke was able to attack.
Saturday afternoon in the Bluegrass State.
Ole Miss and Kentucky about to get after it here at Boulder Field in Lexington, Kentucky.
Two SEC programs that are taking the next step.
Two teams that don't meet that often, but they're meeting tonight. A high leverage game for both squads. Now the home team knows this is going to be a tough test. In town, folks.
Kentucky now -4 in turnovers on this young season as the handoff goes to Kavosiey Smoke, and he's inside the 10, 1st and goal, Kentucky. Wilson behind Smoke to the end zone. Touchdown.
Watch Wilson get behind his blockers and then just trust it. Didn't try to find daylight. You don't need to. You don't have that far to go. Pascal making the transition.
Chris Rodriguez played so well against Ole Miss after Smoke left the game. He had 78 of his 133 rushing yards in the second half and overtime.
Rodriguez knows he'll probably see just as many, if not more, snaps this week without Smoke available as a backup, but he also knows he won't be the only one stepping up to the plate.
So he was probably the next backup, but I mean, we all have our roles or whatever. Jaton and Travis, they've been working their butts off every day since the season started. And I don't know, they might get some playing time this week.
That's Jaton McClain and Travis Tisdale, of course, as Mary Jo mentioned. They're 2 freshmen, but offensive coordinator Eddie Grant says their age won't prevent them from seeing playing time this week.
You know, I'm excited about those 2 youngins, and I'm excited to see how they're going to approach practice, approach the, learning your opponent and really understanding what the game plan is going to be at the end of the week. So I'm not afraid to put one of them in.
This is really what you're working for. You're working for depth in every position. Running back is no exception for Kentucky. They've got plenty of guys that can step up. I've listened to Dusty Bonner.
Smoke's 2020 season ended with a bowl game appearance on January 2nd, 2021, where he totaled 45 yards on 9 attempts in the win over NC State in the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. Smoke played in 12 games during the 2021 season and earned his first career start versus Mississippi State. During that season, he had a total of 416 rushing yards on 81 carries and 4 touchdowns. It was also during that season that Smoke changed his jersey number from 20 to 0 during fall camp. The next scene is from Kentucky's win over South Carolina, where Smoke rushed 9 times for 50 yards and had 1 touchdown.
We got an SEC East matchup as the unbeaten Kentucky Wildcats take on the South Carolina Gamecocks. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Custer alongside my partner, Kelly Stauffer. Hey, look, you got this Kentucky squad looking to remain unbeaten, go 2-0 as well in the conference. Meanwhile, you've got Shane Beamer and the Gamecocks looking for their first conference win. They got one of the best home field advantages in all of college football.
Yeah, I love the way you brought us on, by the way. And that's the first task for Kentucky, is to handle the emotion of being SEC on the road at night is a special breed unto itself, and so the emotion early is going to be vital for both of these teams to manage, and then both of these teams, because are looking for that complete game in Game 4 that neither one of them has.
So first down from the 15. Kavosiey Smoke in the backfield. Levis to Smoke. Left side, breaks the tackle. Pass to Kavosiey. Touchdown, Wildcats. A 15-yard touchdown run by the junior Kavosiey Smoke.
And because you talked about it at the top, that Mark Stoops is looking for his squad holistically to be more efficient in this counterplay with Cummings, the tight end, flashing across the formation late. And it was impeccably well blocked up front.
Extra point by Matt Ruffalo is good. And it's the Wildcats up 7-0 thanks to Kavosiey Smoke, who now has over 1,000 yards in his career. 12 plays, 75 yards. It's 7-0 Kentucky.
Get fired up early, and I'm going to take the best name in college football. We're putting it on Kavosiey Smoke, who's a running back from Kentucky, and starting this day out, I could not be more excited about. He's the running back. Watch this right here. Boom! Get some, little man. Are you serious? Oh, my goodness. He don't even slow down. He just keeps on. Boom! Sets him down. Goes for the. We don't even care where the ball goes. All we know is Kavosiey Smoke, the best name. Just decleats him. Decleat him, set him. Little man gets done one pancake because he's little on little crime. I can't go too bigger than that, right? The first one. I normally hate this segment as a defensive player, but Kavosiey came here. I loved it.
Walk me through that big pancake block that you had on Saturday.
That's something we practiced. We put it in like 2 days before Saturday, I say. And at practice I had like I ain't try to block my teammate like that. So I told one day before the game I was gonna knock somebody out, and it played out how I said it was gonna play out, and he scored. And that was a big plus because he scored. So
People are going crazy talking about it. It was on Get Up on ESPN. Did you see them talking about it?
Yeah, I seen it right before practice on Twitter.
What did you think about that?
I like that because, hey, Mama made it. I ain't never been on no big stage like that.
Yeah, they were going crazy for it. What did making that play feel like after you did it?
Felt great. Felt like the high school me again. That's something I did all the time in high school. So it felt exciting. It felt more exciting than when I run the touchdown.
Really?
Touchdown, yeah.
Did you feel like you were kind of returning the favor after Isaiah Cummings had a big block for you the game before?
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, I like that right there.
I love that.
The Kentucky versus Florida game took place on September 10, 2022. During that game, Smoke rushed 14 times for 80 yards. Next, we'll briefly go inside that game.
After a massive Week 1 win, Florida is feeling it. This is the Swamp, and when they've got it going good here, folks, you know there are a few places in college football more energized. Tonight, we've got a sold-out and then some crowd, packed in to see two ranked teams under the bright lights. We got the Gators with newfound chomp. We got the talented Kentucky Wildcats. They beat Florida a year ago, and they're hungry to do it again. Mark Stoops, what a ride it has been, and what history he could have. The immortal Bear Bryant was always the top coach in the all-time list at Kentucky. Last week, Stoops came up with a win to tie Paul Bear Bryant as Kentucky's all-time winningest coach. Come down here to the Swamp to face the IT team coming out of Week 1, number 12 Florida. And if you come away with this win, what a way to pass Bear Bryant in Kentucky history. What a way. Here's Kavosiey Smoke, changing directions, cutting back in, and well done to the 17-yard line. Avery Helm was able to get to him for the tackle, but we are under 3 minutes to go here in Gainesville.
If you're Kentucky, I don't know how you risk throwing it right here. The way your offensive line is starting to move, I'm handing it off again. Still allowing that clock to tick as low as I possibly can before I try to make it a 2-possession game.
Levis is looking up at that play clock. Isn't that ironic here in Kentucky, where there was a controversial moment from their past? Now they're bleeding it to try to come up with a win and move those chains. They will. With Kavosiey Smoke, and look at this. Does that ever define things? Everybody getting involved, pushing the pile down to the 5-yard line for a 1st and goal.
Just a great effort there by Kavosiey Smoke. And how about this Kentucky offensive line? Much maligned after week 1, questioned, doubted. They shuffle a few guys around, insert the best 5 into the lineup, and here they are knocking on the door en route to a potential game-winning, game-sealing touchdown.
That big blue wall was just a big blue road grader on that last play.
And after first down.
What changed for you guys in the second half?
We just always got to finish. That's where all the workouts, all the hard straining, we just had to strain it in. That would have come down to you got to finish. 4th quarter, we got to finish. That's our quarter, 4th quarter.
When you heard people calling you all soft, did y'all take that personally?
We don't listen to the outside world, bro. They can say what they want to say. We know what we are, so soft does. Ask them what we are now. That's what makes me soft.
What does this rivalry mean to you guys? Just beating Florida specifically. Obviously, you want to win every game, but what is it about Florida specifically?
I don't know. I feel like every team we play, we have the same intensity. Florida's just an SEC team. It's probably our first SEC game, and we just wanted it more than them.
How frustrating was it to kind of have a little lackluster first half in the run game, but then turning over leaf in that second half and then end up bringing up some big chunk yards?
I mean, that's what you're going to get in these type of games. A little frustration is just how you respond. But we responded well second half and came out with a victory.
Leaves it with Smoke, coming outside right. He's across the 30, up the near sideline, 40, across the 50. One man with an angle on him at the 30. Smoke gets the block, cuts left, breaks the tackle. Tackled from behind.
Well, Kavosiey Smoke, very patient, allowed that second level defense to suck into the line of scrimmage and then bounces to the perimeter.
That's the longest play of the season, 70 yards for Smoke.
What is the end goal of all this? Like, to get rich, to make a living doing this,
On December 1st, On3 and other media outlets announced that Kavosiey Smoke had entered the NCAA transfer portal.
I'm out. I'm so stupid, bro. Degree that man.
Smoke and his mother went on an official visit to Troy University on January 5th, 2023. Troy, Alabama is only 60 miles north of Wetumpka.